moment. Good luck to both our racers. Alright, got a good start. So movement is a very key thing in the intro. You're going to be weaving left and right through the corridors. You're going to be disembarking a couple of ladders. And you're going to be taking out these purple cannon enemies as you go through. The cannon enemies only take a green charge and a dash lemon to kill, or 2 dash lemons. Both of them get through the intro very, very well. And now X will get captured, and then Zero will come into the scene. And as Zero, they'll be making their way through up another ladder, and then they'll be doing a large climbing section, and then they'll be charging up for the saber to use on Mac. And to kill Mac, it takes 1 saber and then 1 shot to kill him. So you'll see them ditch the first charge shot. Oh, JP got the gap jump, but he didn't quite re-jump. And then as soon as Mac touches the floor, they'll get control, and then they'll shoot the first charge shot, and then they'll shoot the saber. JP opts to just use the saber and then a lemon. That works too. Once you hit a boss with the saber, 1 shot of any charge level will kill him. Very weird quirk about this boss intro. As X walks to the middle of the room, if you're not holding the charge button on the first frame of the music, when the game forces X to walk, you actually lose your charge shot. So it's very important that you're holding charge, at least until he moves. And then for Mo here, all you do, you first fire the full charge shot into him, and then you keep hitting him with green charge shots, and then at some point during the fight, whether it be after you get hit or at the very end of the fight, you want to finish him off with another full charge shot, because the full charge shots deal 4 damage. So 2 of those is 8 HP, which leaves him with 24 life. So 8 green charge shots will do the trick. Norden comes out with a 249. JP comes out with a 253 for the intro. So in 80%, we go to Buffalo first because we want to get the dash, the up dash and air dash upgrade, because that will help quite a bit throughout the rest of the game. As you see, when you're jumping off of a slope on the ice, you get a lot of speed. So you take advantage of that, even though there's very few opportunities to do so. So we come through these big boss rooms, and as you see, nothing's really happening yet. Those will come into play after we defeat the next Maverick. So once again, more dash jumping, you're climbing. As you see, Nordren's not using the ladder to climb up. You can actually do what's called ladder gap jumps. At the very top of the ladder, there's like a little hole in the very middle of the ladder that you can actually jump through. So by doing wall jumps at just the right spots, you can actually dash jump. Oh no, JP fell off of the ledge, so he has to take another turn. He's having a little bit of difficulty getting up there. But what you can do with the ladder gap jumps, you can actually Sometimes you can double kick off of a wall at a specific spot, and that'll get you right through the ladder gap. And all you have to do is repress jump, and you're through. So for the Blizzard Buffalo fight, you're gonna see Norden fire a charge shot, and he's actually doing the CFO strat, where after you release the full charge shot, you actually dash jump back, and then you walk forward and shoot a lemon, and then you jump, and then you air dash forward towards him. And what that does, it actually keeps him, or it keeps X in the air long enough for Buffalo to actually turn back around when his AI tells him to actually do a move, because the AI thinks that you're above him or behind him, and it forces him the other direction, which is just into the wall. Norden almost messed it up, and he almost died from it, but he was able to survive that. So Norden just teleported out, and JP's boss explosion just started, so we're probably about 20 seconds apart right now. Seahorse is a very demanding stage. It's a lot of climbing's involved. It's very technical, and at the end there is a quick kill for this boss. While you're climbing the first section here, you want to stay off of the ground as much as possible, because that green acid will push you backward. There are times where you actually have to be on the ground, but it's not too big of a problem. Norden threads the needle with that air dash through that little gap to get on the bottom route of this section. So now Norden's taking on the mini boss here. 11 ice shots will kill him. I'm not sure what happened to JP. He may have accidentally stage selected. I'm not really sure. That can happen because if you, on the stage select screen, if you go to Seahorse from Buffalo using the right direction, you have to go through Beetle. Yeah, it looks like it, because the gap is too far. That can happen. So Norden is doing the boss quick kill. He's going to shoot the Seahorse in the air and let him drop. And then right after the Seahorse hits the ground, he's going to wait just a short moment and then start mashing out ice. After the 60 frames have gone by after Seahorse gets stunned, he doesn't have any iframes until he jumps out of his stun. So during that small brief moment, you can actually mash out the ice, and then he takes the ice damage without getting the iframes. And then he'll jump out of the stun, and then you can actually repeat the cycle. So the higher up you hit Seahorse in the air with the ice, the more time you've got to mash out that ice when he's on the ground. But if you mash too long, you actually trigger his iframes on the ground, and you have to actually let him jump completely out of it before you can repeat the cycle. If you want to learn to run X3, I have a tutorial for 100%. It can be used in places for any percent. And you can also watch all the runners here in the tournament that run the category. Myself, Louise, these two runners here. So Tunnel Rhino is a critical stage. Number one, you have to take as little damage as possible, so you actually have damage to tank for the mini boss. And after that cutscene with Bit, Bite, and Val, Bit will actually start to appear in one of the next 3 stages, and he appears here for Norden. So for the Bit fight, you want to start and end the fight with a lemon, and then in the middle of the fight, you want to hit him with the ice shots. You do not want to hit Bit on the final hit with the ice, because if you do, you'll actually destroy him, and he will die. And that costs you about 13 to 15 seconds. You can do that for Bit or Bite, but if you kill both Bit and Bite, you actually get an alternate boss for Doppler 1, which is something you don't want. JP is taking on Tiger third. But regardless of the routes that these 2 racers take, they will reconverge on Catfish 5th. So see, Nordren's getting inside the hitbox of the Hell Crusher and just mashing out those lemons. Manages to kill him there on the right side by jumping into the tank and letting the tank carry you over to the right side. And if you kill the mini boss while on that side, that's less distance you have to travel. Nordren was jumping expecting a health, but he dropped a 1-up. But Nordren really doesn't need that, I don't believe. Okay, Nordren got out of that area before those wall cancers was able to unload their charge shot on him. Those wall cancers will only charge up their shots when you charge up, and if you let them charge up to full and they unleash their shot, if that shot touches you, it deals 8 damage, and that would have killed him. So on JP's side, what you want to see from Tiger is him shooting the Race Splasher. Whenever Tiger does an attack, he'll reset his iframes, so you're able to get 2 quick HP of damage on him. If Tiger goes to the wall, you kind of have to dodge the Race Splasher shots and then charge up with the Buster. On Nordren's side, you just simply hit him with a full charge shot at the very start of the fight and just finish out with 10 hits of his true weakness weapon. Hitting a boss with their true weakness will give him additional iframes, but it deals the 1 extra HP of damage that a soft weakness would normally deal. So it looks like JP got an okay fight on his end. I wasn't able to see how many charges he had. But since both of them finished the fight relatively in the same amount of time, it seemed like an okay fight for JP. You don't want Tiger to do charges when he's below 10 health, because that will take a lot of time. So Nordren and JP are doing the other stage that they didn't do the other time. So you'll see them do Catfish after this stage for both of them. I don't believe JP has fought Bit yet. Nordren didn't quite get the 1 cycle, but it was able to clean that up well. JP is fighting Bit in Rhino. So after Bit has been defeated on JP's side, we will know how far ahead Nordren is in the lead. The only problem with the Frost Shield, you can only have 2 shots out, so if you miss both of them, you have to pause to despawn those shots, so that's unfortunate for JP. He needs to be careful that he doesn't die here. Okay, he managed to kill Bit before dying. So the checkpoint is right after this Bit and Bite door for JP, so if he were to die, he's going to start right back here. And that's fine. I kind of expected that on JP's side. The only problem now is that when JP fights Rhino, his AI is going to be much more hostile because for some reason, not all of Rhino's AI is available to him when you first fight him, provided you don't die. But if you die after the midway point in the Rhino stage, it just gets more hostile of a fight. Nordren is fighting Tiger here. And if you fire a charge shot at Neon Tiger, he's going to block it. So right there, just a little while ago, you saw him block the charge shot. Even if you don't fire the charge shot in his direction, he will put up his guard. So you see that charge that he'll do once he's in Desperation HP. So, okay, he only got 2 charges, so that wasn't too terrible. Ooh, JP took a hit on the tank. He's still got plenty of health, though. Oh, an air dash through the cannon. That's pretty neat. I've never seen that in a run. That's crazy. Now you see, Rano's shooting the drills like that. That's one of his more hostile moves. And this is the other hostile move that Rano gets if you die early after the midway point. So those 2 moves that you just saw at the start of Rano, those are the 2 extra moves that he does. So you have to watch out for that. Nordren making his way through the Volt Catfish stage. Another climbing stage, very demanding for the first half. So we're looking maybe at about a whole minute between the 2 runners right now. The enemies can deal a lot of damage in this stage. The head gunners there, the red enemies that shoot the missiles, those deal 6 damage if you touch them. The crab blasters, they deal about 4, I think. Nordren fighting Catfish. He is at low health, so he's going to be very careful to try not to take any extra damage. Uh-oh, this is bad. He couldn't avoid that attack. Now, Nordren's going to have some issues. Okay, I think he got away with that. I was going to get scared there, because just before Nordren took that last hit, he was right in front of Catfish, so if Catfish did the triad move, which he did, Nordren had no way of escaping that. But luckily, once you get Catfish under half health, he's going to go into his desperation phase, and hitting him with the drills is pretty simple. Nordren's on pretty decent pace right now. JP lost his charge. If you let go of your charge while you're in the knockback animation, you actually lose it. So that was unfortunate for him. Okay, JP finally going to the drills for Catfish. These 2 players' PBs are about, I want to say, 28 seconds apart. Nordren going into the secret stage to kill Val. In 80%, in order to get the saber, you have to kill Val with a weakness weapon. And that saves you quite a bit of time later in the game. Nordren having a little trouble there, but he makes it up okay. Now, for the last 3 stages here, Crawfish, Beetle, and Hornet, we could see Bite appear in the empty boss room that Nordren passed through earlier. So for the first phase of the Vile fight here, you just hit him with 4 charge shots, and then you can go to Ray Splasher. But you don't want to miss a single Ray Splasher shot in the optimal strat. Otherwise, you have to go back to Buster. As you see, Nordren left Vile with 1 HP, so I think his shot count is off. Oh boy, and he missed a shot. So he's going to have to go back to the Buster before he kills Vile. I hope he notices that. Because his Ray Splasher is kind of low. Unless he did extra charge shots and I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he noticed. Okay, he noticed, so, okay. No mistakes there on Nordren's side, except for some time lost from the fight. And now for the escape. I think, it looks like JP fought Bite and Crawfish. I think. I wasn't paying attention again, so I'm pretty sure that was the case because I think he should be further along if he didn't fight Bite. So now for the escape, you want to use Triad Thunder as you're climbing here. That just protects you from the falling debris. But sometimes when the Triad is gone, you get hit. It's kind of dumb. Now JP's turn for Vile. So JP's also going with 4 charge shots and the Rest Ray Splasher, which is the optimal strat. Looks like JP picked up a heart tank. I think his HP bar is a little bit higher. Yeah, it's a little bit higher than Nordren's is, so he must have picked up a safety heart tank somewhere. I would assume in Tiger. That's kind of like the fastest heart tank to grab if you want to pick up one. Nice fight from JP. Nordren is coming up on the Crush Crawfish quick kills. What you do is you fire the Triad Thunder, and during the 2 seconds of invulnerability that, I should say, vulnerability that the Crawfish has, you can actually mash the lemons into him, and then you go back to Triad and you just repeat the process. As you see, you're able to shave off a lot of HP that way, and then you just go back to the Triad, and then go back to Buster, and then there you go. 3 cycles are pretty common among some of the less well-versed mashers out there. Like, you always see me 3 cycle, but some of the other runners can actually 2 cycle. Oh, Nordren almost had a flub on the stage select. Now that Nordren has a spinning blade, it's a very powerful weapon. As you see, it takes out these headgunners just like that. The spinning blade is actually 2 blades that go out at first, and then they kind of boomerang back behind you. So, the spinning blade is actually a short-range weapon, and it takes both of the blades to kill the headgunner. Nordren making his way through the outside section of Beetle fairly well. JP takes down the Crawfish. Nordren did not fight Bite in this stage either, so Bite will show up in Hornet for Nordren. The Gravity Beetle fight is very, very simple. Norden does not have a Buster Charge out right now, but he's just going to go with Ray Splasher and just shoot that 11 times, and the fight's pretty much free. JP making his way to the second half of Beetle. JP using the spinning blade to shield himself from these missiles that these headgunners are shooting out. A weird mechanic with the up dash, aside from horizontal dashing, when you're in an up dash, you cannot fire a shot during that animation. So what JP did there, he fired the shot, then did the up dash, so he wouldn't have to worry about getting shot down. You can still fire a shot during a horizontal dash, but for some reason the up dash doesn't allow you to shoot a shot. It's kind of dumb, honestly. So Norden is making his way to the Shuriken fight. It takes 6 acid shots to kill the Shuriken. And with the Frost Shield and the Ice, you can actually control which direction you shoot it. Well, for the Acid, you can control whether you shoot it up, down, or forward. But for the Frost Shield, once you fire it, you can actually hold up and down, and you can actually move it up or down a little bit. And also, you can actually force item drops with the Frost Shield and the Acid Burst. If you kill an enemy that touches the ground or the ceiling with the Frost Shield, you're guaranteed an HP refill drop, but whether it's large or small is random, and likewise with the Acid Burst for the weapon energy. So like I said, Norden has to fight Bite here because this is the last Maverick, and he has yet to fight him. What Norden is trying to do is the no-pause trap, where you're placing the drills at just the right time so that Bite will take 4 hits from each drill, and then on the last volley of drills, you can actually get him down to 1 HP, and then you can actually weapon cancel to Buster and just do the lemon there to finish him off. So coming up for the Blast Hornet fight, Gravity Well is his true weakness, but you're going to see Norden use the Spinning Blade, which doesn't deal 4 damage, but it does reduce the iframes that Hornet is in when you hit him. So Spinning Blade will only deal 2 damage per hit, but you can get the hits much, much faster with the Spinning Blade. Oh, nice. Norden was able to kill off all the Hornets that was going to get shot from the big Hornet there. And that actually reduces lag in the process. So that was very good. If the Hornets have to travel across the screen, if the Hornets have to go across the screen like that, they actually cause lag. So you can see on JP's side, the Hornets had to go across the screen, so it was a little bit of lag there. JP's trying to get around the Hornets. He doesn't want to die at the very late stage of the fight. Okay, he got him. Good. Nordren making his way to the Rex 2000 fight. And it appears that he's going to use just the Frost Shield on him. Yeah, 3 Frost Shields will kill him, and then before he loses control of X, he wants to be on the far right side of the screen, so X has less distance to walk. Okay, Nordren got a clutch HP refill, so now he's able to take 1 hit from the God Car Machine fight if he needs it. Otherwise, if he gets hit, he will die. JP has that extra heart tank, so I believe if he has full health, he's going to be able to take an extra hit. Oh no, JP almost blew that fight there. The lead right now looks to be at least a minute. So Nordren's dashing under the sword here. If Nordren gets grabbed, he's dead no matter what. Unless he has a full sub-tank to get him health. And Nordren was able to kill the God Car Machine before the hands came out. Oh, that's unfortunate from JP, missing the drill wang. So this is the reason why you don't destroy Bit and Bite earlier, so you can fight this boss. The Press Disposer is much more difficult. Nordren's trying to be careful not to take too much damage. Those lasers and the Victoroids pack a mean punch. JP kills the God Car Machine with no hands showing. Now you swap to Zero a little early there. That allows Zero to build up his charge, and he maintains the momentum from X's dash when you swap. Nordren gets a pretty good collapse from the mosquitoes. Looks like JP's going with the Buster strat. I like it. Oh baby, I love that strat. That lags a little bit less than using the Triad Thunder. Now Nordren's coming up on the Ellie skip. So now that he has the Saber, he's able to use it as a Neon Jump to actually get an extra dash, because the Saber, like Neon Jumps, grounds you for a frame. So you're able to get an additional dash, and Nordren has to get health here so he can have enough to survive the Ellie skip, because it does require a few damage boosts. Oh, Nordren barely gets out of there. He bonked on the very top of the ceiling there just before getting past it. If he didn't get that, he was going to have to start over, and the Helots were right on his tail, causing a lot of lag in the process. So as you see, the Saber is super powered. Only 2 Saber hits will kill every boss. Oh no, JP went over too far and he died. Oh no. That's unfortunate. You want to get close to the spikes, but not that close. So Nordren's pretty much in the driver's seat at this point. Unless something terrible happens to him, looks like this is his race. Oh, good. Oh no, JP. Oh, he meant to take the damage boost from that health there, but instead went too far. And unfortunately, he game overed. So he has to redo the whole stage. Now, see what the difference is now? He still has the saber, so after he fires that charge shot, he has to ditch that saber. Well, not really. Now that I think about it, he can hold on to that saber because he doesn't have to swap to 0. But now you have to fight mosquitoes with X now. Ooh! Norden looks like sabered Buffalo on the same frame that Buffalo grabbed him. That's how that happened. That's pretty... I don't think I've seen that before, ever. And then Buffalo just turns him around, sets him down, and he dies. That's pretty funny, actually. So we see with the Seahorse quick kill was pretty crazy with the saber. The saber actually hits him multiple times while he doesn't have any iframes. So that's why one saber will kill Seahorse if you do the quick kill correctly. JP finally gets up the big climb. The quick kill for Crawfish was very easy. You still have like 2 seconds for the Crush Crawfish quick kill, so that's why hitting with the saber is very, very easy. So Rhino actually has all of his moves available to him in the refight. Nice. Norden just waits for Rhino to come at him for the saber. Pretty good call, I say. I think Norden's looking for an HP refill, but he's not getting it. So basically for the rush, we're just watching both our players just 2-saber these guys, and that's it. Okay, Norden finally gets an HP refill. Which probably tells me that he's going for the Doppler quick kill at the end here. But we'll see. Okay, Norden gets Catfish. Okay. Very key thing about the Catfish refight. The only 2 hits that you want to deal to him are the saber hits, because if he's under 16 HP, he'll go right to the middle and do his desperation attack. Ooh, Tiger got away from him there on that first saber. And Norden just waits for Tiger to go up, and then he hits him with the saber. The saber has quite a bit of reach, actually. You can stand maybe about 2.5x character widths away from a boss and still hit him with the saber. Norden's wanting health, and I think he got a little bit, but he may opt to pick up the large refill here before the boss door. Yep. And Norden's holding his charge shot because at the very start of the fight, he's going to let that charge shot go. That's going to bait Doppler to use the regeneration move that he has. And then he's going to wait for him to drop that move. And then he's going to saber him. And then once he charges up the second saber, he can let it go and hit Doppler, and he's dead. Because once Doppler hits 0 HP, the fight's already over. Just like that. So Nordren is on low 42 pace right now. Looks like a 42.10 is his best possible time. Nordren gets the gap jump there, which is pretty nice. So for the Captain America Sigma, the fireballs always come out at the same pattern every time. So all you have to do is just memorize the pattern, maneuver around the fireballs, and hit with the two sabers. So very easy fight for Nordren. And he's got a hit to give for Kaiser Sigma. JP having a little trouble taking down Seahorse. The mine at the start, that can throw a lot of people off. But, oh, come on, Nordren. Oh boy, he missed the chance to saber, but was able to clean that up, okay. Yeah, when the mine comes out at the very start from Kaiser Sigma, that really throws I guess most people's strats off rail for a minute, because a lot of people will stand over to the left to bait the mine over, and then they'll dash back over. But then as soon as he went back over to the right or the left, the second mine came out straight down, so Nordren couldn't actually walk out and saber right away, because the hand there has a weird hitbox if you jump too close to him. And Nordren finishes with a 42.18 on race spot. So he will advance to the next round, and he will face the winner of Madu versus Conster. Let me double check the bracket to make sure that is true. Yes, Madu and Conster is the match that he will face the winner of. JP is not that far behind, about 2 minutes behind. JP does have an extra 2 HP from a heart tank, so he's able to take 2 hits here against Captain America and Kaiser Sigma, so... And he also has a sub-tank if he needs it. No, there are no wildcard spots. This is single elimination from here on out. Oh no, and JP died. JP not quite getting the saber on Sigma. At the very start of the fight, if you just dash right up to the red arrow that's on the floor and jump and saber at the same time, it's a free hit on Sigma. Like right on the right side of the door, you'll see a red arrow on the floor. If you jump and saber at that point, at the very start of the fight, you'll get a free hit. I always find doing the quick kill strat a little risky because it's very reliant on that first saber hit and not losing your ability to move once you land. So you have to weapon cancel the saber pretty well to get movement instantly. But JP got through it, and he still has a hit to give, and I believe a sub-tank. Oh, and he avoids all the missiles. Wow, that's amazing. Usually if the missiles come out one at a time, it's almost impossible to get through. But JP just proved me wrong. If all the missiles come out at once, you usually just take a free D-boost. That's crazy. Because the missiles are constantly tracking your position when they come out. And it's like crazy to dodge them all, but he did it. If you're doing an actual PB attempt, you don't want to do this climb with a weapon active because it actually lags the game a little bit more because of the extra sprite that has to be shown on the screen with the energy meter. But JP finishes with a race bot time of 46:48. So with that, this race is over, and I believe that's all the races that we have scheduled at the moment. Let me just check the tournament Discord and see. Looks like the next scheduled match for the tournament is on Thursday at 8 p.m. and that is the Madu versus Conster match. So the winner of that will play Norden. So for right now, that's the only match that is scheduled. So on that note, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the race. Once again, follow our runners. Thanks for Feasel for setting up the stream. I'm just incredible. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good night.